Welcome back. I received another question that I wanted to answer. I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the dialogue, a question that was posed to me. And it was, how do you know when it's time to invest in growing your business, even if it's scary? My response, which is a very Janessa response if you don't know yet, was if you're thinking about it, want to grow, and think you need to invest, then it's time. Now, just do it. So here's something I post to the clients I coach. If you were guaranteed to be successful, would you not invest? Do it? Try? Fail? That's where you need to focus from. How would you show up if success was guaranteed? This person's reply was, and what happens when you coach someone to act from that place and they lose a ton of money? We can get into a whole therapist mode on here, right? Not a very positive, instinctual person here. So I understand the fear, but you posed a question, you asked a question, you got an answer, you didn't like the answer. My response to that comment was, the key to this is mindset. If it's a mindset block or a fear, this obviously is for someone who is ready to grow and has the means to quote unquote figure it out and willing to take the risk. Someone who's already thinking about it, but the fear of failing is what's stopping them. There's never been one time when I invested in myself and my business that I've regretted it. Even if it didn't happen how I wanted it to, I learned something. I grew, or I challenged myself, and it was part of my journey in growth. This is not an irresponsible impulse action. As adults, and I didn't think I'd have to say this, but I guess I do. As adults, we all have a choice to stay stuck, settle, risk, or grow. Ultimately, that decision is a personal one. All right, so I just wanted to read you the conversation, and I want to dive deeper into it. So the first part is, how do I know when I'm ready to invest? The fact that you're thinking about investing is the first sign. Now, I'm not a financial expert. I'm not the best person when it comes to finances. I work with a financial strategist. I talk about her all the time. We're actually going to be recording a new series of videos with her. Her name is Gao Rincon. I will link her below. She is phenomenal and she has changed my life. As an entrepreneur, traditional entrepreneurs, you have to take risks in everything, in time, in trying something new, in change, in the possibility of failing. It is constant. There are some times where you have to financially invest in things. And what I'm saying is not to be irresponsible with your money. If you have an idea and a vision, what is the return on investment with something? Return on investment is, I'm going to put money into something and it's going to cost me money. Right? What am I going to make because of that investment? What am I going to make because I spent that money? I'm actually preparing all my financials. I have a bookkeeper, an accountant, financial strategist. I've grown my team over 12 years. So the bookkeeper organizes all the money coming in and out, right? How much I've made, how much I've earned, how much I've spent. I have grown and spent and do a lot on my business. Whether it's marketing, whether it is things like this, right? I'm creating videos that are free, but I have a platform I pay for. I have a platform that distributes it. I have an assistant that edits these videos. I have somebody that uploads them. I have somebody who creates the show notes. I have somebody create, the website landing page. I have somebody that creates a freebie if there's a freebie to go with it. I have somebody post everything. I have somebody create my social media posts. Now, I generate the ideas and the creation. But the reality is, if I'm going to be successful both in my private practice as well as be successful in the business I am growing and want to continue to grow, I know that being a one-woman show, while I had no choice in the beginning, I am in a place because I've invested strategically and I have grown that I can, and not only can or should, but I have a responsibility, right? Due to return on investment, due to expanding my reach, due to the people that I want to reach, due to the projects that I have in mind, due to the membership, due to my speaking arrangements, due to the book that I'm writing. I cannot run a practice and run a coaching business and run and host events and speak and create YouTube videos and podcast episodes and do all of these things by myself. I'm going to correct that. I could, the quality wouldn't be as good. I wouldn't be able to be as consistent. It would cost me time with my family. I would burn out. It would take me 10 times the amount of time to do these things because it's not my area of expertise. So the first tip is, if you're going to invest in something, what is the return on investment? how much do you generate an hour? So here's some math. I make significant amount of money an hour. The amount of money that I invest in hiring, delegating somebody to answer my calls, schedule appointments, do my editing, do everything I just shared is significantly less than what I get paid an hour. So if what I'm doing, right, if what I'm investing in is essentially helping me grow, yes, I am expending a lot of money to do that. But guess what? I am earning not only what I'm spending, but more. And in order to continue to grow, at some point, you need to delegate. You need to hire out. You need to pay for better quality of product, platforms, memberships. You need to show up in different ways. Whatever it is that you need to do, if you're a hairdresser, you can't do a good job with not good quality dyes or scissors, right? You can't sit in your studio and hope and pray that you're going to get more clients. So a lot of what I do is strategy. So while being responsible, yes, I'm not asking you to go into debt or bankruptcy, although a lot of businesses have done that and have ended up having to do that because they take a risk. It depends on the type of business we're talking about. But if you're already feeling like you need to invest to grow, whether it's to grow faster or to grow more, and you know that it's going to be a little bit of a risk, but a risk that everything's going to feel scary. Here's the thing. Everything's going to feel scary. I know I'm usually a little bit fearless when it comes to things. Very rarely am I scared, but when I am scared, it's because it feels like something bigger. And when you grow and you take a risk, it has to feel like something bigger. And if you want to grow your business to a different level and you want to scale, or whatever the trajectory of your business is, right? Whether you want to be able to step away, there's work you have to do in the beginning. And in addition to the time and the work, there is a financial investment. But hey, here's the beautiful part about entrepreneurship. This is yours. This is your business, your baby. You get to run it however you want. So whether you invest a little, a lot, or nothing, you're in charge of your effort. The outcome is based on your effort too. So there's a saying I've heard a mentor say a lot: you're responsible for the effort, not the outcome. A little mixed on that. Yes, you showed up. How did you show up? Did you give it your all? And if you said, yes, I gave it my all, I thought of everything, I cannot begin to tell you the times that I'll say the word failed. I'm really going to say the times that I've tried and it didn't go how I want to. And everybody's not the same, but you get back up, you dust up, you learn, you pivot, you try again. You keep showing up, you keep being consistent. So for the person that asked, how do you know when you're ready to invest? The fact that you're asking, it's time, and the mindset piece about how much to do it or when to do it, that's up to you. That's a personal decision. But for me, there has never been one time where I've invested in something, even when it didn't turn out how I wanted, even how at the moment I may have felt frustrated, like, that wasn't worth the money. You know what? It taught me, number one, you guys all know that my biggest fear is regret. It taught me that there's nothing to regret because I tried. And I didn't fail. I just learned that way wasn't for me, or that procedure wasn't for me, or that platform wasn't the best. And that's how we learn. So I hope this episode gives you a tiny bit of clarity. If you're thinking about invest, do it correctly, but without discomfort and a little bit of pain and sometimes financial investment. Sometimes we don't get the growth we want. So how badly do you want to grow? That's the question you have to ask yourself. See you next time.